have seen many faces of Humboldt Park and Logan Square. They have changed many. Poland, Italian, Americans. When I first came here, I was about 10 years old, and we were the first Hispanics to move in.
I've lived here for 38 years now, and what's special about it is, it has a rich history. It's since the turn of the century.
I'm originally from Iowa. I have moved all around over the last year and a half, but then I decided, I have some friends here in Chicago, so I wanted to move here.
I've been living here about 6 months, and I'm an actress. I also do temp work and trade shows and things like that to supplement my income.
This is the second time I'm living through gentrification. I used to live in Lincoln Park, and that area was gentrified. At that point, the Latino community was moved over to Humboldt Park. And this time we're seeing a familiar activity. Latinos are being phased out.
This neighborhood is basically being marketed. It's being, sold to people as this new up-and-coming area, and the sorts of businesses that are coming in are definitely changing. There are old places that have been serving like Puerto Rican food since like 1970 or something like that, and then there's just brand new places coming in that are built not by the people who have been living here for a long time, but people who are living here, who moved here just specifically to start their business. The bad sides of gentrification, as far as I am aware, are basically like people being forced out of their homes and out of their neighborhoods by rising costs and increased rent and stuff like that.
Gentrification is a phenomenon that displaces, that is segregates, and that erases the history and the memory of peoples that were there, their contributions.
The whole idea of gentrification usually comes from city planners, from a council or a mayor. In this case, it would probably be the mayor and the alderman. And it is to take an area where the property values drop to nothing, where it becomes semi-impoverished, and all of a sudden to redevelop it and to bring in professionals who can support it. It increases the tax base.
They put a condo here, they put a condo on Fullerton, they put a new library on Fullerton, and they're putting more condos around the area. So my taxes keep going up and up and up and up.
I think a lot of what the problem is with gentrification is people coming in from outside, not understanding the neighborhood, and just doing whatever they want there, and just feeling free to just go ahead and change it however they want.
If they continue raising the taxes and they continue raising the rents, I see them in the suburbs. There's no way that they can keep up with their houses here. Me, myself, and I would see myself selling this house with all the grief I would have, but I would have to sell it.
Moving here has made me really more aware of like my identity as like a white, like college educated mid-20s sort of person.
Many people who come from the suburbs, or new people who come seeking a new trendy place to live, who are enticed by developers.
I want to just like be able to talk with people about the neighborhood and just be, like give to it instead of just like coming in here and trying to like, make it do something for me. I want to be part of what's already here, and in that way, I feel like I'm not really as much part of the problem as I might otherwise be.
I think it's simply a natural progression of a city that's expanding. It's an overflow of when development was skyrocketing 3 to 5 years ago. I don't think there's any danger of our population, like middle income, predominantly white people, overcoming. There's very few. I mean, there's still a handful of people that are moving out here. It's overwhelmingly culturally It is bilingual. I mean, these people, Spanish is their first language. All the coupons we receive in the mail, the like your for the pizza place or whatever, they're all in Spanish. So the culture here is Puerto Rican, and I can't imagine that changing anytime soon.
I lived on Damon Avenue, and we lived across the street, and my father worked in Ludwig Drum. I was a little boy, and I would be able to see him walk across the street to work, and then he would return for lunch during his lunchtime. Now, Ludwig Drum is, a condo development place. It's no longer a factory of drum, a famous drum factory.
I don't blame the people that are buying the houses. I think that it's all a political move. Basically, if we can say, we can blame it in towards our governor and towards Daley. They have a hidden agenda for Chicago. There has been hearsay that they're going to eliminate the flags. I think if they do, we're going to have riots. Those flags, they mean a lot. They mean culture. They mean history. They mean love.
The idea of taking down those flags is put forward by people who are afraid of them lowering the property values or something, because they see that and they're like, what is this neighborhood? What is this neighborhood about? And it's like, it's a Puerto Rican neighborhood. That's what this neighborhood is built on. You can't stop that from being the case.
I would never want them to come down. I hope I wouldn't live to see that, because I would like for it to stay with that culture. I just wish that certain things could happen to make it a safer place to live, and that by mixing different peoples mixing together, I don't think that would compromise the culture, as long as Puerto Ricans are always able to live here, to continue to live here.
I don't know what the agenda is behind what our mayor is trying to do, but I think that we as humans can share a piece of land.
Mm-hmm.